สวัสดีค่ะนี่นะครับคลิปนี้นะคะ6 นาทีคุณหมออธิบายถึงเรื่องการที่เราถ้ากินเนื้อบำบัด30 วันจะเกิดอะไรขึ้นมีคนต่อต้านเยอะมากนะคะระบบเก่าเนี่ยเขาต่อต้านไม่ให้เรากินเนื้อนะคะแต่ว่าคุณหมอจะอธิบายแบบนี้นะคะเดี๋ยวดูกันค่ะอ่านซับไตเติลนะคะ
Only meat for 30 days. I think the best way to figure this out is to go to the experts.
This is my big fear for these people. If you do it for a month and you lose 20 pounds and you feel better, great. But 20 years from now, your risk of heart disease and cancer and other medical problems are going to be very significant.
It's very difficult, if not impossible, to debunk the carnivore diet or eating meat short term because people lose a lot of weight. This is what they do. This is just like a playbook that even the tobacco industry used, and that is to seed doubt or uncertainty. Yes, it works in the short term, but we don't know. Long term, it might be very dangerous.
If you are a carnivore lover and you really love the carnivore, please organize a randomized controlled trial and please show us somehow that A, it's going to help in the short term, but B, more importantly, the long term.
A year-long investigation of 2 people in Bellevue Medical Hospital who are eating an exclusive carnivore diet. And during that period of time, these people experienced no negative effects, no dangerous changes in blood pressure, kidney function. They only experienced good things, a little bit of weight loss, and came out of the study saying that they felt better than when they started.
Has there been anything since 1930 with more than 2 people?
Discouraging people from even trying it. While we spend $4.7 trillion on our healthcare, and what do we have to show for it? A lot of chronic disease. We've tested this balanced diet for decades. And on the flip side, we have the longest trial ever in history. It's called evolution. Hunter-gatherers ate a lot of meat for a very long time, and we survived. In fact, we thrived. What's new in our diet is Pop-Tarts. It's the seed oils. When someone starts to eat just meat, okay, nothing else, the first thing that's going to happen is they're going to lose a lot of excess fluid. Some people say that's a bad thing if you're losing too much fluid, but you have to realize that if you're on a high carb diet, you're carrying around a tremendous amount of extra fluid. And so getting rid of that is actually a healthy thing. Because we drop our carbohydrates down to 0, we enter into ketosis. We start losing weight like we've never lost weight before. That's just the tip of the iceberg. There's something actually even bigger that happens. You heal your gut. Vast majority of people have damage with their gut. When you start consuming meat only, you start healing the gut from many different angles. Bile salts go through our small intestine to clean up any excess bacteria that we don't need. And if we don't have that bile to keep that in check, we end up getting too much bacteria in the wrong part of the digestive system. And then you start getting more bloating. With an all-meat diet or the carnivore diet, that clears up really fast. So your digestive system is going to thank you. When someone says that you have to heal the gut with plant or even fiber, they just do not know what they're talking about. Adding more fiber to a gut that's already inflamed, it's like putting gasoline on a fire. It's just going to make things worse. You don't have these amino acids in any of the plant foods. They're in animal foods. Also, you're eliminating another huge food group, grains. Most of the sugar that we eat is made from grains. That refined starch will spike your blood sugar way, way higher than actual sugar will, even though it's not called a sugar. They actually can label it a complex carbohydrate. Take a look at leaky gut. The question is, what causes that? Because that seems to be at the root of so many problems, especially autoimmune disease. Then you have a lot of chemicals in these whole grains. Most grains are genetically modified, which means they have traces of problems, especially autoimmune disease. Then you have
โรคภูมิแพ้นะคะภูมิแพ้ตัวเองก็คือแพ้ทุกอย่างเลยแพ้อาหารแพ้อากาศนี่ก็คือเกิดจากการที่กินแป้งนะคะกินแป้งที่เขาgenetic modify ก็คือเขาเปลี่ยนพันธุกรรมนะคะเห็นไหมคะอันนี้มันเป็นการที่เขาโจมตีตั้งแต่ในลำไส้เรานะคะลำไส้รั่วนะคะ
We have a lot of chemicals in these whole grains. Most grains are genetically modified, which means they have traces of this right here, Roundup Ready. You may be getting traces of this in your grains, which is also
ทุกอย่างที่ปลูกเขาจะใช้เขาเรียกอะไรสารเคมีเนาะ แล้วมันก็เข้าไปสะสมในลำไส้นะคะทำให้ลำไส้เรารั่วนะคะก็คือแบบดูดซึมอาหารไม่เต็มที่เพราะฉะนั้นถ้าเรากินเนื้อเราจะบำบัดลำไส้นะคะหรือว่ากินอาหารเป็นเวลากินอาหารก็คือจัดเวลาอาหารตื่นมาไม่ได้กินทันทีรอให้หิวจัดก่อนค่อยกินค่ะกินน้ำไปเรื่อยๆจนกระทั่งคือคล้ายๆว่าเราจัดการเวลากระเพาะเราให้มันว่างเพื่อที่จะเปลี่ยนระบบให้ไปใช้เซลล์เก่าหรือว่าให้ไปทำความสะอาดในลำไส้ก่อนเนาะ
Classified and patented as an antibiotic. Then when you start to consume salad or different types of vegetables, that then irritates you. When you start to consume salad or different types of vegetables, that means, which is also classified and patented as an antibiotic.
ก็คือทำไอสารเคมีพวกนี้นะคะไปทำลายแบคทีเรียในลำไส้เรานะคะก็คือตอนนี้คนถึงได้ป่วยกันเร็วนะคะป่วยเป็นโรคเรื้อรังเพราะว่าเราดูดซึมอาหารไม่เต็มที่นะคะการที่เราจะบำบัดลำไส้ก็คือหยุดกินอาหารนะคะหยุดกินอาหารกินวันละ2 มื้อกินโปรตีนหนัก
Then when you start to consume salad or different types of vegetables, that then irritates you. Why? Because you have gut inflammation already and you can't handle all this extra fiber and plant chemicals that can irritate the gut. When you start eliminating sugar and refined grains, you stop feeding these pathogens in our gut. So now if you had an overgrowth of fungus or yeast or candida, you just starve it to death. Let's talk about insulin resistance just for a moment. It's a huge problem. It comes from sugar and starches primarily. If you have any disease that's related to insulin resistance, which a lot of people do, those diseases tend to go away. Try this out and see if it works for you. I remember one time I had severe constipation and I started to consume more meat, and I was shocked to find out how that resolved my constipation. I thought I needed more fiber to handle my constipation. Absolutely not true. As you heal the gut and you have less inflammation, you are able to now finally absorb more vitamin D. Vitamin D mainly gets absorbed in the small intestine, and if you have inflammation, that shuts it right down. You're going to need to take higher amounts of it over a period of time because it's the vitamin D that really corrects this imbalance within your immune system. Because you heal your gut, you instantly heal your brain. I'm talking about any type of lowered emotional symptom, whether it's anxiety, depression, all those things start to improve when you start to eliminate the refined grains and sugar and you start eating more meat. We're mimicking millions of years of evolution of what we ate back in the day. We make it out to be some ridiculously dangerous thing that, oh my gosh, we don't know what's going to happen long term. We have the argument, well, the meat diet is just too unsustainable. Maybe it is because you want carbohydrates and gaining weight and trying to get rid of all these metabolic problems with medication instead of food. A couple last points about an all-meat diet. Eat the whole animal, which includes bone broth and the skin and the organ meats. The other thing I would recommend is fish, shellfish, eggs. I hope you now know that if you were to consume meat long-term, not only would it not be harmful to you, it can be extremely healthy for you. And for more information on that, watch this video right here.